Asterigos Curse of the Stars is an action RPG, which some might label as a Souls-like experience, as it shares a few features found in Souls games, but I find it fairly distinct from Souls games in most ways. So whether you're a fan of those games or not, I would advise that you please watch more of the video before believing that is the case. Asterigos is set in an ancient Greek and Roman-inspired fantasy city of Aphes, and it features a seemingly simple leveling system where we can apply attribute points to either damage, HP, or the maintenance and acquisition of what is effectively our mana pool. In addition to that, we also get access to various talent trees which affect and change the behavior of all of your different weapons. We can also set specific skills to our skill bar and set up which perks we would prefer are or are not active at any one time. We get a total of 6 weapons to choose from. We get the sword and shield, the daggers, the hammer, the spear, the staff, and the bracelets. We would equip 2 at each time in the game. This can be changed at any point whenever you wish to, and depending on which weapons you have equipped, you can combo them together to get different effects. So as an example, this is what I've been using and been enjoying. We can go from the daggers, chain into the staff to get an evasion out of it, or you can use the staff, chain into the daggers to get on in, to get up close and personal. Each of the weapons has its own chain attack, which is real cool. Combat is generally quite smooth, with attacks not taking stamina, and is instead mostly used for dodging, sprinting, and using skills. This makes it rare that you feel like you are unable to act. The only thing that I found a bit jarring is that when stamina is low, it doesn't allow you to complete an action if you do not have the full amount of stamina required to complete the action. So for example, if you're trying to dodge and you don't have the full amount of stamina required for a roll, you'll just stand there and do nothing. This has resulted in me getting hit a few times, but it doesn't take too long to adjust to this. Whilst Asterigos probably won't win any awards for highest fidelity graphics, the game itself does look great and has a really nice aesthetic and art direction to it. One of the best things is that each of the areas is unique enough that when you're around, you can instantly see where you are and the difference between all of the different areas as you move around. The world feels quite large, and it feels very alive and populated with NPCs and little settlements and side quests all over the place, which are nicely interwoven together as you discover all of the different shortcuts and new areas as you progress. This is something that I do feel is done quite well here. We've spent a lot of time talking about what excites me about this game, what I've been enjoying. Let's talk about some things that I feel like we could improve here. Sometimes it feels like there's a little bit of delayed reaction when we press buttons. This is often known as button delay. This happens in From Software games as well, so I don't think we can be too harsh on this developer's first outing here, as this is still present even in Elden Ring, but I feel like it's worth pointing out anyways. Voice volume should be increased a little bit. Even at max in the game, sometimes I feel like it's still a little bit quiet. This is just something that would be a rather easy fix. It's really a little bit of a nitpick, I suppose, but again, just something I feel like we should probably be pointing out. I really enjoyed the ability to set and change the weapon elements. One of the things that got me most excited was that the staff, when you do this, changes its behavior, but I was a little bit disappointed when we came around and that wasn't the case for some of the other weapons. So something that I would like to see is this implemented across all of the different weapons, and even allow us to be able to have the 2 weapons that we have equipped have different elements, just because this would be mega cool. The last thing that really stuck out to me that this game needs is a backstab animation or execution animation. There are enough times in this game where we end up behind enemies where it's pretty much a crying shame that we don't have one, so hopefully that's something that's easy for them to implement in the future. So in conclusion then, at £30 on release, this game is a great value prospect for any action RPG fan out there that enjoys the feeling of tactical combat. This should include Souls fans that aren't obsessed with parrying. This game does also literally include the Calamity Ring for the masochists out there, and even fans of games like Zelda and stuff like this, as there's a good amount here that players of these kinds of games will likely enjoy, despite the few obvious improvements that could be made in the future.